Timeline of the Loc Hung Garden Incident. The forced eviction at Loc Hung Vegetable Garden in Saigon on January the 4th and 8th, 2019 joined the long list of land disputes between the people and the state of Vietnam. We are putting together a timeline of events that have happened to date and will continue to update as this story develops. The 20th of December, 2018 news about a possible forced eviction came about on the 20th of December, 2018, on social media. Blogger and human rights activist, Pham Doan Trang, reported on her Facebook that according to the residents at Loc Hung, 50 local police officers from different forces in Ward 6 of District Tan Binh showed up at the garden area, demanding the residents to allow them to perform an administrative check. By 1:30 p.m., the police withdrew. The 29th of December, 2018, the People's Committee of Ward 6 issued an announcement, stating that they would begin a forced removal of all illegal constructions that were built after the 1st of January, 2018, which also notified the residents that the time for such removal would take place within 90 days from the 2nd of January, 2019. It is unclear if all residents received the announcement. The 3rd of January, 2019, during the night of the 1st of January, 2019, the residents announced on social media that the local authorities have brought in barbed wires, frequency disrupting machine, forklifts, and bulldozers to the gardens area. The 4th of January, 2019, at daybreak, a group of some 400 people from different police and security forces showed up at Loc Hung and began to block street access to the garden, starting from the Bay Hien intersection to Thun Tai and to Hien Thun streets. The removal of some 40 houses lasted from 7:30 a.m. until 6 p.m., during which time 20 people were arrested and taken to the Ward 6's police station for opposing it. The residents insisted that they had never received any order for such removal. The 7th of January, 2019, during the night, hundreds of police officers and civil security personnel were ordered to go to Loc Hung, where the public speakers on high volume were announcing the government would only remove illegally built constructions. Cao Ha Chan, one of the persons serving on the Board of Representatives for the families living at Loc Hung, recalled that the removing force still did not provide the people with any legal documents regarding the order to remove before they started to take down the homes. The 8th of January, 2019, starting at 5:30 a.m., approximately 1,000 officers from different police forces and others entered Loc Hung Garden. Similar to what happened on the 4th of January, 2019, the authorities blocked off the streets leading to the area by putting up the barbed wires. To gain entry, people must show the police their identification. As soon as they arrived, they began arresting those residents identified as leaders in the community, including Cao Ha Truck. Electricity and internet were cut off in the area. By 7:30 a.m., the forklifts and excavators were put to work as the authorities began to tear down the residents' homes. By the end of the day, all of the houses at Loc Hung Garden were demolished. The residents estimated there were about 200 homes. Among the now homeless people were some 20 disabled veterans who served in the former south of Vietnam's military who do not have a family, and they were being taken care of by the residents and the priests from the Redemptorists Church. On the same day, Amnesty International Southeast Asia office publicly denounced the Vietnamese government's decision to remove the houses forcefully belonging to Loc Hung's residents. The 9th of January, 2019, in the early hours of the day, the police released Cao Ha Truck and other residents who got arrested the day before. The Ho Chi Minh City Police Department's newspaper was among the first state-owned media reported on the removal of Loc Hung Gardens houses. which the government estimated to be around 120 in total. Accordingly, the People's Committee of Ward 6 stated that the removal of the illegal constructions was carried out under proper legal procedures. The 10th of January, 2019, Teutra and a few others also reported the story, mostly to allow the district Tan Bin's authorities to make their argument public, that they have only enforced the removal of illegal constructions on a public area and not a forced eviction in a land recovery matter. Further, the People's Committee of Tan Bin District confirmed with the media that they had followed the proper legal procedures when organizing the enforcement team to take down a total of 112 construction projects without a permit at Loc Hung between January 4 to 9, 2019. The 11th of January, 2019, Chris Hayes, a Labour Party's member of the Australian Parliament, and a Vietnamese-Australian bishop, Vincent Nguyen Van Long, both called on the Vietnamese government to cease from enforcing the removal of Loc Hung residents' houses, stating that it is a violation of the people's freedom of religion and belief. On the same day, the secretary of the Vietnamese Communist Party's Ho Chi Minh City Division, Nguyen Thien Han, spoke about Loc Hung for the first time. VN Express quoted him saying, "There are many things which should be normal, but those who are plotting against the government would still abuse them to incite others." As seen in a few cases in 2018, the city had learned from our experience so that we would not confront the people, but we will use propaganda activities to let them understand. The 12th of January, 2019, the local authorities put up a large panel in the area, announcing a public construction was going to be developed after the removal team had flattened out the entire Loc Hung vegetable garden. On the same day, some of the residents met with a group of lawyers who have expressed interest in providing legal assistance. The 13th of January, 2019, the Committee for Assistance in the Development Project regarding the public school at Ward 6, District Tan Bin, HCM City, the project to be developed at Loc Hung, announced the assistance policy that the district was going to be provided for those who were farming on the land. Accordingly, on the 10th of January, 2019, the People's Committee of HCM City approved the assistance proposal for those who have been using the land at Loc Hung Garden for agriculture purpose at the rate of 7,055,000 VND/M2. Attorney Trin Vinfic published a few photographs of the documents provided by the residents of Loc Hung in support of their claim for legal possession of the land. The 14th of January, 2019, at 9 a.m. a group of religious leaders of the Interfaith Council together with some of the priests from the Redemptorists Church in Saigon went to visit the residents of Loc Hung. In the afternoon, Bishop Paulo Nguyen Thai Hop also came to visit at around 3 p.m. During both the morning and afternoon visits of these religious leaders, the local government used loud public speakers to interfere with their prayers and speeches to the residents. Summary of factual disputes regarding Loc Hung. The disputed land consists of 4.8 hectares in Ward 6, District Tan Bin, which includes parcels 126-5, 128-5, 129-5, and 131-101-5 according to the number 12 map of the old recordings. The location of the land is as follows. The northwest touches Ali 9/24 Kak Mang Thing Tam Street, the southwest touches Hung Hoa Street, the southeast touches Chan Hung Street, and the northeast touches the current existing residence. The People's Committee of Tan Bin District claims this land is public because, before the 30th of April, 1975, it was under the management and control of the former Republic of South Vietnam's Department of Telecommunication and was used as a telecommunication tower. After the 30th of April, 1975, the new government took control of the land according to Decision 111/CP dated the 14th of April, 1977, issued by the Government Council, and continued to use the telecommunication tower. On the contrary, Loc Hung's residents claim that the original owner before the 30th of April, 1975, was the Catholic Church of Vietnam, who had granted them the right to farm on such land. After the 30th of April, 1975, the residents continued to live and farm on the land undisrupted and without dispute with other people. After the Law on Land 1993 took effect in Vietnam, the residents have been petitioning the government in almost 20 years for the right to possess and usage of the land. However, the government did not respond to their petitions.